Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Y'all should make that go last to give us.
That was louder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you struck the king.
Or do we want to...
Nah, just go for it. Roll it.
5.
5.
I remember my number.
18.
13. 13.
Good.
19.
First.
Put it in there. I was going to be down here from there.
20.
9.
Is that 9 or
9.
6?
9.
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
So you're probably wondering why we're rolling these die.
Yeah.
Because we here at Time to Game are going to induct 2 games into what we deem the greatest games of all time.
That's right.
We each brought 1. We're going to have up to 5 minutes to plead our case for why this game should be inducted into our
Hall of Fame.
our Hall of Fame for the
Hall
greatest
of
games of all time. After that 5 minutes, there's going to be a Q&A, and guys, you're my friends, but rip it apart.
Fist fight. Not in the parking lot. Not in here.
After that, we're going to move on to the next one, and then we will vote with 3 points, a 2 point, and then 1 point, and the one with the most points, the top 2 points will be inducted into our greatest games of all time.
Like
Hopefully that made sense.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Like each person has 3 points to give to one of the games that is not theirs, or 3 votes.
Yeah.
Big one, middle, and a little.
Yes.
That one. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
18 years ago, this game shaped video game narrative with one of the most iconic dialogue of all time. A man chooses, a slave obeys. This sentence alone is one of the most iconic lines in dialogue in video games to date. This game forever altered the course of video game storytelling, gameplay, sound design, ambient music, more dilemma, and still one of the best with merging these elements together nearly 2 decades later. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have memories? A farm, a family, an airplane, and then this place? Was there really ever a family? Did that airplane crash, or was it hijacked? Forced down by something less than a man. Something bred to sleepwalk through life until they activated by a simple phrase, spoken by their kindly master. Was a man sent to kill, or a slave? A man chooses, a slave obeys. Come in. Stop. Would you kindly? Would you kindly? A powerful phrase. Familiar phrase. Sit. Would you kindly? Stand. Would you kindly? Run. Stop. Turn. A man chooses. A slave obeys. Kill. Boom. Hit him with a golf club. A man chooses. Boom. Hit him with a golf club again. A slave obeys. Bleeding from Andrew Ryan. He's bleeding from his face. Obey. During this, Ryan's going over the opening, and it all comes clear that it was never really our plan. We are just a pawn of Atlas. It is a stark revelation that flips the game on its head, and even following playthroughs that we pick up on clues with our prior knowledge. The game I'm talking about is BioShock. BioShock's plot twist is one of gaming's most shocking moments ever. A lot has changed in gaming since 2007, and many games have come out since then with massive plot, massive twist, and memorable lines on their own. But there's a reason why BioShock's final act still hits so hard. Nostalgia may play a heavy role in who played it when it initially came out, but it's still a story told later on. But Would You Kindly Twist is more than just a clever bit of writing. It turns the very way video game works into a statement about fate and free will. While we are told what to do as the player, Jack decides how to go about completing our objectives. Do we search every nook and cranny to explore Rapture? Did you find the dentist office off to the side and see one of the best jump scares to date? Finding every audio log and learning the history and downfall of this grand city. We hear this from some of the best writing and directed voice acting and audio logs. While doing this, we come with Plasmids, genetic altering superpowers that give us power over lightning, fire, can hypnotize big daddies, insect swarms, cyclones, can even hack security bots, just to name a few. All can be upgraded to greater power to add alternate effects. Insect swarms lay dormant and dead slicers and attack when another gets near. While it may be rudimentary by today's standards interacting ability with the environment, it was revolutionary in 2007. Enemies in a water puddle, use lightning to shock them and it can spread to others. Near oil, use flame. And we basically upgrade our MP by extracting Adam from those little sisters. Those I'll talk about more later on. That sounds... The weapons start basic pistols, shotgun. How much time we got?
I got a minute. 15.
Okay. The weapons start as either a basic pistol, shotgun, machine guns, crossbows, or even grenade launcher. But as you level them up and take on the aesthetic and utility that blends within the BioShock universe. Each weapon also offers different types of ammo, anti-personnel. I mean, a lot of it you got blended together. Wrench is not needed to be upgraded. The gene tonics can also, which can be equipped, can also affect how we want to play, and they range from reducing a specific type of damage to increasing wrench damage, or even easier hacking during the minigame. All these different ways to interact with the environment and enemies wouldn't really hold much weight if the enemies didn't either. Still, one of the most iconic enemies to date is the Big Daddy. Through each level, you hear it stomping around and may even try to kill one. Oops. Try it then, you will get wrecked. That is until you plan accordingly with the arsenal the game gives you and how you decide to upgrade. With multiple trap crossbows, motion detect bombs, and several bodies with insect bombs ready at your disposal, you may be ready. Or you can even hypnotize the Big Daddy to kill off splicers that got you. Damn it.
I mean, are you almost done? Go ahead.
Yeah, got like a. Sure sounds fun, but all while. Well, Big Daddy's protecting the little sisters, and after you kill the Big Daddies, you can decide their fate and whether or not to harvest them for more Adam, save them, which offers less Adam but rewarding in many ways. This all circles back to upgrading your plasmids to make the next confrontation easier. Harvesting and rescuing little sisters, and even mixed in with those choices, presents a morality system in BioShock, and it decides which ending you get. Would you kindly vote in BioShock as one of our greatest games of all time? I'm done.
Nice.
Golf clap.
A lot more prepared than I'm going to be.
What was it, the drama class, the snaps? Yeah.
Snaps.
Right doing my left.
I'm gonna write the name.
Okay, so we got 5 minutes to argue against that.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the first question he's uttered.
I don't
Man, to argue
Can't think of
against
questions.
BioShock?
That is the game Bioshock one.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't really. I never finished BioShock. Never finished it.
Well, you broke
I didn't
through. He
Yeah.
did not live to. He was not a slave. That is probably one of the best ways to not be
Yeah.
told what to do. That's kind of what I brought into there. Is like a slave obeys.
I
We did
remember
listen to
trying
him.
to play BioShock. This is when I lived with John, I think. I think it was going back and playing BioShock, but I just never finished it. For
I
some
bought the
reason.
game. Not as far as I got.
Yeah.
What system's that on again?
Initially came out on
360.
Xbox 360 2007.
Wondering
Then
why I haven't played it.
came to PS3 like 2008, and then they had it remastered
Because I
on
played
those
it on
other systems later
PS3,
on.
but I didn't finish it though.
Yeah, I never finished it either.
Sure, I bought the collection.
Anybody else finish it? Brian, did you finish it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Bioshock series.
You got any arguments making either for or against it?
What made you choose?
It's not my game. It's not the game that I chose.
So it's game I choose, so it's
Do
terrible.
you think that its morality system was innovative for the time, or do you think games like Fable did it better?
The morality system?
Yeah, it was a lot less to the morality system. But, yeah, Fable was definitely more open-ended. And it changed how those endings could be done also. But it's a difference between taking and killing those little girls in each hand or whether you're rescuing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it gave you some choice, but
Which was crazy. I played through it multiple times, just going all the way through, snapping those little sisters and killing them off, or even rescuing them later.
How did it change gaming though?
that was just what I was going to ask.
As far as the
As far
narrative
as setting
twist,
standards and stuff, right?
for back then, games like that, if somebody was standing in a pool of water and you can shoot lightning at them, the water actually it became electrified. Or again, like somebody is standing in a puddle of oil, or some oil is just shooting out, you could use the flame, and then the flame or the oil would like turn hazardous with the fire.
So there's a lot of environmental
Yeah.
interaction.
Which we think of it basic now, but BioShock was innovative to that.
Yeah, at the time, I'd say that.
And it was probably, I think it was the second or third that generation game was announced, and Oblivion was talking about how much what was their system called? What was their whatever it was? You could shoot an arrow into a bucket and it would stay there. Well, BioShock was innovating as far as that,
Right.
and I don't know if I need to talk about
I've got a question.
how important narrative it is. What's up?
I don't take all your time, but what made you choose BioShock 1 over all the other games you considered? As we talked earlier.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's nothing.
It's the most. As far as the narrative, I love video games, and the ones that stick with me most. A game has to be good as far as playing it, but 18 years later, it's still one of the most like captivating plot twists in video game history. It's instantly quotable, and some of y'all may even knew what game it was when I started off with.
The line.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's as if you already know what the plot twist is? Would you say it's worth replaying for the story?
Have you ever rewatched a movie? No one like picking up on stuff
I don't rewatch movies often.
I say
like
so?
Fight Club, Sixth Sense. You just want to go back through it and pick up on it again.
Yeah,
With
okay.
the would you kindly thing after like you got that. Did they just tell me that, or was it really there the entire time? You can go back through and replay it. And it's there.
The entire.
It's there
Yeah.
the entire time. Yeah.
That's similar thing with like Attack on Titan. There's so many things in Attack on Titan, like the show, that tells you all of the plot twists.
Yeah.
But if you don't know they're there, you don't notice them until you go back to rewatch it, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Or YouTube will point
oh.
them out to you. If you don't have enough time to rewatch a whole ass anime.
5 seconds.
Good.
Catchphrase.
Thank you.
By the way, viewers, meet Dylan. He was in the last episode. We didn't really.
Yeah, it was in the last episode in the corner.
Yeah.
And we don't ever
Oh, I'm
talk about
Hunter.
this.
He's normally in the
In
corner.
Hunter's Corner.
Yeah, I'm the Hunter Quarter guy.
Hunter's usually like the disembodied voice over there somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Cursing at a video game.
Yeah.
I got it! Oh,
I was like, good timing. I didn't mean to get you that hard.
wow, hard bitches.
I didn't expect that one.
My bad. I didn't mean for it to smack you in the neck like that.
Seems like it for coming out of my corner.
You get assaulted.
You get clips put on TikTok.
Yeah.
That was funny.
You put that right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a cold open, and you go into the main episode.
All right, it's Dylan's turn.
Alright.
Speech.
Nah, I ain't got no speech.
Yeah, I didn't
Got the
prepare.
game
much,
and
so
I got
did.
some points. And that's
Yeah.
about all I got.
Yeah, I just wrote down bullet
You
points.
ready to start?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I ain't gonna make it about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Game that I've chosen is not even in my top 10. It's nowhere near my top 10. But
No,
But-
where do you?
I don't want to say it's not far, but it's not.
Yeah.
I can think of other games that I would put in top
Yeah.
10 over this, but
We have others, but-
I've chosen Halo Combat Evolved.
It makes sense.
Do I think it's got the best gameplay of the series? No. Do I think it's got the best story of the series? No. But it spawned some of the highest or the fastest selling games of that era. Like Halo 2 and Halo 3 are some of the fastest selling games of that era. They were like, it was on the news of people waiting in line on like midnight, waiting on getting those games.
Mm-hmm.
Halo CE was it revolutionized first person shooters on console. Because it basically introduced like aim assist, and it made it where like on consoles you could play a first person shooter similar to how you could on a PC and make it work. Because like before then you had Doom, and like Doom was the first person shooter before then, but it was very limited by its time. But with the 3D free aiming, like first person shooter, it like aim assist, it revolutionized it. You know, kind of paved the way for stuff like Call of Duty, stuff like that, to then, you know, come in and end up taking over first person shooters on consoles. You know, for better or worse.
Now, Halo's not dead, though. Oh, it's not dead.
It's not, but
It's everywhere. Like movies, TV shows,
yeah.
Red versus Blue.
Man, so
Oh,
we
Red
want to talk about that
versus
TV show.
Well,
Yeah, the TV show's not great.
yeah,
I didn't even watch it, but I know it's not great.
no, I didn't need it.
But it revolutionized online multiplayer. Like it helped pave online multiplayer on consoles for an entire generation. Like I was growing up during that time. I didn't get to play online during that time, but like all of my friends that had internet when we were growing up were just like, that's all they would do when they got home was like, I'm gonna go play Halo. You know, and everybody who was playing online multiplayer at that time was playing Halo or Call of Duty.
Going to your house with John Chamberlain and watching them play Halo 3.
Yeah. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Every time.
So innovative. So what were the big innovations with Halo besides, was it the first one to do the aim assist?
I believe so.
Think so?
I believe so because it was a launch title for the 360. The
Xbox
or
original.
not the original Xbox, not 360. My bad. It was
It's hard to argue with that.
It was very
That's a good-
rudimentary.
yeah.
It was before Xbox Live. You had to get into like, there were lobbies way back when. Now, Xbox Live dropped with Halo 2, and then it integrated Halo 1 multiplayer into it. But
Okay. Halo feels like a game where I think it was like the Beatles effect of like what it did at the time was revolutionary, but now that so many years later we played every game that copied it, and it doesn't feel revolutionary anymore. Because we've seen every other game do it.
Yeah.
Same with like the Beatles and music.
Yeah,
If you've ever heard Beatles before, you go back now, it's like, this is some basic ass shit.
yeah, it can be argued with like most every early game. You
Yeah.
know, that did something new.
Yeah.
I never played Halo up until, well, I played through 3 of them with Brian over there.
I've still played.
But I
Halo.
watched Red versus Blue
Oh my gosh.
before I played it, actually, which was fantastic.
It's like
Yeah, I've never touched Halo because I'm not a shooter player. I just don't enjoy them. But I've watched the majority of Red vs. Blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's very funny, and then I got lost.
Yeah.
what's your favorite map for the multiplayer?
for multiplayer. I don't know.
And why is it hanging high?
So, as far as Halo multiplayer goes, I didn't get into it towards the latter part of Halo Reach's life cycle. I didn't have internet growing up. You know, I would get a chance to go to my grandmother's and she had good internet so I could play there. But then I would have the problem of, did I have Xbox Live Gold at the time or not? So I don't remember a lot of the maps.
So you weren't part of the original group there that ran around with the original
Pistol?
Halo pistol.
No.
The Magnum?
Yeah, I know the Magnum is overpowered. Now I have played some of, like, all of the multiplayers on the Master Chief Collection. Like, I've kind of went back. I've not spent an extreme amount of time there, but I've played all of them. And I've recently went back through and played all of the Halos. Like me and a buddy went through and played all of them in chronological, the release order here recently. So, like I still play Halo, still love Halo, but I can't tell you the name of the maps.
One of the greatest games of all time. Can't remember what all the stuff in there was called.
Campaigns. I've played the campaigns a lot. Multiplayers, I've played a lot, but I've not enough to memorize everything. Like I can't tell you where the shotgun spawns on, like this
I'm not
map
gonna
or
remember
whatever.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Names from my game because I have bad memory.
Yeah. I just know everybody hated Snowbound.
It's always the water and snow levels.
Yeah.
It says it was credited with more, not really introducing emissaries, but more popularizing the use of the sophisticated emissaries. That's what it says.
Okay.
I think there was games before it that had it, but it didn't really, like...
Stuff like Wolfenstein, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and Siphon Filter.
GoldenEye?
GoldenEye had a heavy auto aim feature.
It was a very different kind of aiming style with those games,
Oh,
though.
you reading that AI over the real shit.
Oh, here we go.
If it's so good, why is it being remastered for PlayStation?
Money?
Money?
I think it's being remastered for PlayStation because it's so good.
I mean, Xbox has shown that they don't really care about releasing games on PlayStation now.
Yeah, everybody tucking their tail between their legs.
Man, this was happening before all that happened. I mean, they were releasing games on PlayStation before all that happened.
Yeah, it wasn't Halo though.
2 sentences or less. Tell me what happened in the Halo 1 campaign.
They crash landed on a ring. Master Chief blew it the fuck up.
Which was a bad move.
That's
No.
all right. And they awakened the flood, right?
Yeah, there's details in between that. But
Yeah.
Point A to point B.
Yeah.
They crash land, blows it up.
No worries. He just gets there. And,
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck this place.
Brian's turn?
No.
Or whose turn?
Mine's.
I'm
I
second.
think it's mine's.
Who rolled what?
I think it's mine's.
Again? I had 13.
Oh, you had 13?
Yeah, I believe you.
So you're next then.
Yeah.
I had a
Am I
10.
next?
Yeah.
I had a 10.
Because I think it's 13 and then like 10,
10,
9, and then 5 or something.
Yeah.
That was right.
Well then.
Damn, I didn't want to go next.
That's too bad.
Too damn bad.
Hey, no.
Would you like
I
me
need
to
more
go
buffer.
next? I'll just scoot the mic closer. You want your tablet?
Alright. We'll need this in a second. For first, though, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to rip Phil off a little bit here.
Oh.
He started out with some iconic lines from his game. Try this. Die, monster. You do not belong in this world. It is not by my hands I am once again given flesh. I was brought here by humans, which pay me tribute. Tribute. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all religion. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you. What is a man? I need a cup to throw it around. A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you? From heart. I didn't.
What was it say? You didn't
That was good.
have to read nothing?
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. With the opening with the end of the previous game with Richter Belmont fighting Dracula. So
We saw that one easy.
a game so good it invaded its own subgenre of action adventure games, the Metroidvania, which is, non-linear side-scrolling action games with a focus on exploration. It took me a long time to put into words what a Metroidvania is. I finally looked this shit up. At a point in time when games were starting to shift over to 3D for the most part, this was the early PlayStation days. Konami in Castlevania was like, let's do the best we can with pixels one last time to make, to this day, one of the most beautiful games ever made. Like visually, using 2D assets with like little bits of 3D here and there to just the camera to make this giant, this huge castle, to explore, full of enemies and different hidden rooms and puzzles, and fantastic music that always fit the area perfectly. And it was a great game. It was challenging, but not stupidly challenging. It was what's the word I'm looking for? What did I write down? Of course, I forget. I lose my bullet point when I.
Yeah. I forgot to put points on that.
Y'all took notes.
I had a few bullet points.
But yeah,
Anyway.
essays.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's hard but fair is what I was trying to get at. You feel like when you lose because you fucked up, not because the game cheated
Okay.
or the game did something that was too hard to get around. And it was always, like I mentioned, so much hidden stuff, and it never held your hand. Aside from those like few little places where like you need an item, go past here, but otherwise it was like it let you figure it out for yourself, but it set it up in a way where you could figure it out yourself and discover it organically. A good example, there's a place where it says there's like a little bridge that looks like it's breakable, but you can't. Then you go find another area with the same kind of bridge and an enemy that throws a barrel and breaks that bridge. And once you go there, one of those spawn by the original one. So you have to lure that enemy over and get them to break the bridge for you. It's a good example of how that game works. And of course, the biggest, most innovative thing, you think you beat the game until you find items in what's felt like optional areas that change the way you see that battle. Like when you go to fight your final boss, suddenly there's an orb above his head you got to attack, and you realize he was being controlled. And then guess what? There's a whole other castle upside down for you to go through. You're only halfway through the game.
Those kind of twists.
That is cool.
And just no other game had done that to that point. Just the organically finding that area by yourself, and the pre-internet days, or for me anyway. Some people were on, but to organically just find a whole other game. Basically, you thought you would beat this game, but no. And they took a risk, like not making that obvious. Like you could beat, and think you were done, but then there's still half the game left.
That is interesting.
And I don't know how much time I got left, but I don't think there's much more to say.
Oh, yeah, you're at the end there. So.
Nice. Game good.
Nice. Good presentation, man. Yeah.
What game is this?
Clap, clap.
Castlevania
Clap,
Symphony of the Night.
Okay.
That's gonna be a hard one to spell.
That's how
you look at it.
SOTN.
Yeah. Castlevania itself is a weird word.
Oh, there it is.
So I have two questions about it then.
clap. Uh-huh.
Yep.
How much of its accomplishments are shared by Metroid, since it's Metroidvania?
Oh, a good amount, because it took the Metroid model and it advanced it, and it added things to it. Add some light RPG elements of leveling up and finding different equipment, which I didn't even get into that. There's like tons of different equipment that you find your own way to play the game. Yeah, but in average, this is what added the Vania to the Metroidvania. There are some people who don't like the Metroidvania label. They think they should be called Metroid likes, but Castlevania. It did. This game was so good. It's what popularized the whole genre. I say I didn't invent it because Metroid invented it, but this is what made it pick up and become its own subgenre now. And you said you had two questions?
Oh, yeah. And do you think it owes to other games like Zelda, where you have to have items that unlock certain areas?
Absolutely. The people who said they were very inspired by Zelda and the creation of it.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
How good is the music?
Amazing. It's like, I don't know how to stress how good the music is verbally, but you know, a large variety of different genres and styles of music were used, but each one matched the area you were in because it was different areas of the castle had different theme background music, and they all fit perfectly.
I've got 2 questions.
Go for it.
It's not really about I guess it's about the game. But how do you think they did about making what's his name? Simon and Richter in a Smash Bros. Was that a fair play on like their stuff in Castlevania? Or?
Yeah, I haven't played the older ones as much as I have newer Castlevania, but like for what I have, it feels just like playing them. Which that was another thing. This was a big change for Castlevania series. This is their first time not using a Belmont for the main character.
Oh, okay.
With it had Sir Alucard, son of Dracula. Because he was half vampire and half human, he could use the Belmont holy weapons, but it still had like dark magic.
I drink people.
And enough things. I'm waiting.
There was a good story to it, but it was a basic story. It was more to serve the purpose of the game.
Yeah. I can't think of any other follow-up questions.
I don't know.
Why'd you choose that one versus
Okay,
any of the others?
that was my second question. Forgot.
It's basic.
Well, I generally think it is one of the best games of all time.
Mhm.
And everyone knows me. I'm an RPG player, first and foremost.
Definitely.
And I kind of expected there would be other RPGs in this first episode. So I tried to lead with like a non-RPG for my first, But I do genuinely think just it is one of the best games of all time.
Okay.
Like not every game on my favorites list I feel is a best game. Like I mentioned off camera earlier, my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VIII. I don't even think Final Fantasy VIII is the best Final Fantasy. It's just my favorite one.
What innovations did it bring? Do you think that separates it from other, like Metroids or from other Castlevania or Metroidvanias? What innovations did it set up that last to this day?
Definitely adding the wider variety of the equipment and customize your own experience. I'm blanking.
That's a rough question. I just popped in my head. I was thinking more like what would separate it from Metroid, per se. Like what would be the Castlevania stamp that would separate it from Metroidvania?
A lot of it would be like the enemies of Castlevania, like the screens full of creatures you got to pass your way through, and I think Metroid had a thing. Once you leave the screen, you come back and they respawn.
No.
But Castlevania is also very intense with the enemies they can give you sometimes, and this game still follows that. It is a little easier than previous Castlevanias, but it's largely to the level up mechanics just running over ones because if you go
At least
the
more
wrong,
people can enjoy it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not. It never gets like where it's baby easy. But compared to OG Castlevania, which was kind of brutal. It's,
No, I want cock and ball torture.
you take your ass to Dark Souls and leave us the hell alone.
Been there.
Now the main villain in those games is Dracula, right?
Yes,
Like,
it's always Dracula.
he made a good appearance in Smash Bros.
Yeah, he was a fun boss. Which the way he functions as a boss of Smash Bros. Is exactly the same way he does in the very beginning of the game when you fight him as Richter.
So they do have good implementation.
Yes.
Damn, that was a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the only thing I knew about those games was their Super Smash Bros.
Yeah, and they're Dracula.
And there's Dracula.
Like Dracula's in the name of the series in Japan. I can't remember what it's called. in
Bring the
Japan.
scoot
Oh, I
up.
just had it.
The Brian mix.
It's
No, Zach.
All right. The game I picked. It didn't get Game of the Year. I was torn who I thought should win that year, but the award went to God of War. But in hindsight, Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, is like the greatest game of all time.
I suspect that might be yours.
Yeah. But I was happy with the other winner. But in hindsight, yeah, it's definitely, I think, the greatest game of all time. It's the most alive and lived in world that I've ever seen or heard of. It follows Arthur Morgan. He's kind of like a mentor of John Marston from the first Red Dead. And it's him and like a bunch of outlaws. Like they're all in a gang. I don't know. Have all y'all played Red Dead? Or some of y'all played?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I've close gotten all the way to the end. Haven't finished
Yeah. You did finish. You got to the end. Did finish it. But yeah, they're outlaws trying to keep to their ways, and then like their way of life is dying. Really, you know. It's like
The end of the
1899.
Wild West, right?
Yeah, into the Wild West, and like the U.S. has already settled the land, conquered it. You know,
Becoming more civilized.
become more civilized. Yeah, laying down laws and stuff. You know,
Killed all the
and
natives.
yeah, killed all the natives, took their land.
Murder.
But
Subjugation.
it's the modern era, and they're trying to live in the past. You know, but it's a tragic story. It's about redemption. It's in the name.
DiCaprio meme.
Hmm?
Yeah, it is.
No,
The meme.
yeah, it's in the name. Yeah, it's exciting, emotional. I mean, I probably cried a couple times in the story. You know, lie. Especially when the horse died. Oh my god! I had my horse for so long. But it's a story of change too. Like the main character, Arthur, man, he changes a lot. That's important to a story. I think when your main character goes through like a lot of change, you know.
Character development.
Yeah. And, oh my God, does it? But it's just the open world, man. It's so alive and lived in. Like, you gotta get your horse. You could find your horse. You could steal it. You get hunted down for that, or you could buy your horse. It just all depends on what you want to do, how you want to play. But so much in the game it's hard to believe. If you play through, you'll encounter so many different story bits, little Easter eggs here and there. It's like murder mysteries from like serial killers. You can go and find like a torso hanging in a tree. You can investigate that. There's encounters that you won't find because you just didn't find them. You know, Rockstar doesn't really hold your hand in these games. You kind of just have to find it out for yourself, and the NPCs are smart, or programmed smart, I guess you say. Like I remember in Valentine, you could see this guy cutting boards, and you can follow him. He'll cut it and then straight, and he'll take it upstairs and set it down. And you keep following him, he'll just have a pile of boards there. You come back later, he'll have like a new part of the game built. You know? And there's a time jump in like the story, and you can see like a whole like homestead that's been built by the people that were working on it when you pass through the first time. It's awesome. And you got to take care. It's not really a survival game, but you got to take care of your horse and like your body enough to keep you going and all that. But it's a realistic game, I guess. You don't have any superpowers or nothing, but you do have like a Deadeye ability because you're the main character, like a gunslinger. Or what you think a game about the Old West would be? Like a super. That's one of its the weakest thing is probably its shooting. It's kind of challenging at first, but once you get the Deadeye ability down, it's kind of child's play, taking out all your enemies. Which is probably how it's meant to be, but yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Boogity
Boogity boogity.
Catchphrase.
Yeah.
Catchphrase.
It's one of like the fastest selling games of all time. Like, the awards don't really matter enough to me very much, but let me think of anything else to put in there.
Surprising.
Didn't really wasn't really. They were innovating, and what they did in that game, they did it the best out of anyone that's ever done it. As far as open world type games,
This might be a hot take.
Go for it.
Rockstar
Is this starting the line of
sucks at
questioning?
you can start it.
Sucks at making.
Sucks at making shooting mechanics in their games.
That is like the weakest
Yeah, in a
point
game where
to
like
Red Dead or GTA.
both of their games, there's like a lot of shooting in that game, and it's just kind of not great.
They're like just acceptable enough to get by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fighting in Red Dead 2 was a lot better. Like GTA 5 Like the first Red Dead, the fighting kind of sucked. But they improved on the fighting mechanics, but not really the shooting mechanics of the game.
I like Rockstar games, but you feel like they a lot of the characters in those games
Mm-hmm.
control like you're a bag of hammers. Like, I don't know.
That kind of segues into my question. So what separates this from Grand Theft Auto? Because everyone makes jokes is just Grand Theft Horse.
Well,
Aside from setting, of course. Yeah.
I don't know if they actually take place in like the same imagined world or not.
Yeah. I mean,
But essentially, it is GTA, except it's 1899, and
it's Wild West GTA.
it's the Wild West. It's a different environment, I should say, time period.
What?
You
Does
know?
that change? Do you feel like it changes it enough to make it really feel different?
Oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
What do you say to the haters that Red Dead Redemption 2 is way too slow?
Slow? I mean, you don't have enough patience, and you should probably play something else.
That's I've heard
Yeah.
that so many times about Red Dead Redemption 2.
It starts out slow. I ain't gonna lie.
Is the prologue kills it for a lot of people
I
because
can
it
see
is
that.
very slow.
Mhm.
It takes so long.
If you grew up with any of your family watching a lot of westerns,
Okay, my granddad.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
you know, you're either gonna hate it or love it. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it myself. I got through the prologue.
Actually, didn't think that the prologue was that slow.
It really wasn't. I mean, it's building up stuff. Like if you only like action in your games, then maybe it's probably not for you. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta ask a mean question. Did you actually have a plan, Arthur?
I was
No.
trying to work away.
It turns out he didn't have a plan. He was just a con artist that was all. And that was part of his character.
Yeah.
That you slowly come to realize that maybe Dutch. I've been following Dutch this whole time, and it just wasted my life. Yeah,
Yeah, I was figuring
it
it
was
was
a good character moment though.
Damn it, Dutch.
Not the game. I'm talking about the story. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
The character is wasting his
Yeah.
life.
Oh man, it's so good. Spoilers.
Sorry.
I've heard a lot from a lot of different people that if
Mhm.
you actually make it through and you stick it out, stick with it. Sorry,
Yeah.
stick with it. It's
Oh, the payoff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the payoff.
yeah, the payoffs are good.
Do you think there's anything that holds it back? Like, do you think some of the survival elements maybe? I mean, you go into it maybe thinking you're not doing a survival game, and you gotta. Watch
Oh,
the
it's
horse.
nowhere near like a survival game. I guess you could not do those things, but you'd have a harder gameplay experience. You know, like taking care of stuff is kind of just how you play the game too. It all adds to the theme, I guess. Like the musical score and all that, like music playing at the right time through different story bits, or walking into an encounter and all of a sudden the tone shifts and boom. Like,
I feel like I'm just asking the same question in a different way, but
Mhm.
what do you think will stick around from that game? Like, what do you think will be some things that, you know, in future games, they'll be like, oh yeah, they were inspired by Red Dead 2 to do this.
hopefully, like making their worlds more fleshed out. Like, because like I said, you can like go through the story and like, just miss 90% of everything else out there that Rockstar's created for you, or the development team's created for you. You know, there's like an alien encounter for some reason in there.
Dude, I remember I actually
That was
called him up
wild,
on
right?
that.
There's like hauntings and there's
Yeah.
like serial killer. I think I mentioned that.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's a vampire in there for some
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are
San
you for
Denise.
real?
Yeah.
Our games have that in common.
I'm gonna have to go back and.
Do you think
20 seconds.
it is a downside to Rockstar games? Because the past two Rockstar games, Red Dead Redemption 2,
Mhm.
GTA 5, do you think it's a downside that they put so much of that stuff in there that like 90% of the player base probably never seen?
I
Do you
don't-
think it extends the game, the development time enough
hmm
where it's a downside?
I think if they didn't do that, it wouldn't be as popular. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, 'cause they're very
But
fleshed
they
out.
wouldn't, like, if GTA 4 or 5 wasn't as fleshed out, they wouldn't have made a 5, or they wouldn't have made a Red Dead. You know,
Would have theoretically been a 6.
you know, if Red Dead didn't sell as much as it did, which it did because of, you know, their attention to detail of the games. I think.
Even going
Yeah.
back, just I'll stop it right there. But people were in awe about whenever you have a male horse and you're in the cold.
Yeah, the attention to detail. Yeah, the balls would shrink up. Yeah.
I like Rockstar's attention to detail, but I also do think that it extends their development time out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
yeah.
an extremely long amount of time.
That is a negative.
And then-
Another negative outside of that is that means like they've been accused of like their employees working 100-hour work weeks,
And then we
which
get
is insane.
13 years of GTA 5 where
Yeah.
they milked the hell out of
Oh
that game.
God, right? But
You know,
that's a negative aspect of the game, but it's an honest one to be out there. But the end product is a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Like you could sink 200 hours into it and still not find everything.
no,
No, it's that at no point did I feel bored or anything in there. Like if you like to explore like that, you know. But that's all I got to say about that.
I don't like how I just figured I can't snap on my left hand.
Yeah, I can't.
I
I
can't
can.
snap on my right. That's different reasons.
Horse nightmare. Snap. I can snap louder with my right.
I was just gonna add that. I was trying to read up on
You could
Red
go
Dead 2
back
because
there,
I never
man.
played it. But it says
you should
it
get it
typically
over
takes-
to another.
It typically takes 150 to 200 plus hours to 100%.
Oh my god, dude, that's ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Typically takes.
200. 1 hour. Oh, excuse me. 150 to 200 hours. To 100%.
The hot seat.
Red Dead 2.
It took me 150 hours to read 100% Final Fantasy 10.
New game, new cup.
New cup, who dis?
All right.
Brian, let me take a wild guess.
No. We're gonna let Brian reveal it.
Was that game big? Was snowboard mode?
Kirby.
It's all that wasn't moving.
Just Kirby. Not any particular game, just Kirby.
Just Kirby.
And zombies ain't my neighbors.
For the Kirby and Smash Bros.
Listen.
The game that I'm doing came out in 1994. It's Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah. I expected that.
Yep.
That game not only was a mechanical wonder when it came out, it also set the standard for what Final Fantasies were based on from that point forward. It introduced a darker setting for a Final Fantasy for that time, and it introduced staples like summons or espers in that game. Alexander was one. That's where you got your holy magic from. Mechanically, it was a masterclass of coding and compression, because at the time Super Nintendo games were limited by the Super Nintendo itself near its later life cycle. But you could equip the cartridges with a chip, an enhancement chip that would help it. They didn't do that. They used the basic system, basic cartridge, and they were coded and condensed so well they didn't need anything for it. And they used that as an example of how to condense and code games. This gameplay-wise story, some of the other games have come across this too. One of the best twists in games it's considered to have amongst them, where you start the game out in a world of balance, where magic itself is in balance. You have this empire that's warring against basically the world, trying to harness magic. It's a combination of magic and steampunk. And then halfway through the game, the world gets destroyed. It gets ruined. And from that point forward, a year later, you're trying to get all your team members back together. And that half of the game is called the World of Ruin. The bad guy wins halfway through the game.
Huh.
And then the rest of the game, you're trying to take him down.
I did it 15 minutes ago.
Because from after he throws everything out of balance, the world's dying. He literally is the definition. His name is Kefka, or as they call him, the Mad Jester. He is poisoning the planet, basically, with magic being out of balance. And through the rest of the game, you're getting your team members back together, and take them out so the world can start healing again. One thing it proved that a game can have quality and quantity. Because this has the biggest ensemble of characters that Final Fantasy has. This has a total of 14 characters.
Playable character.
Playable characters, yeah. And music-wise, this has let me make sure I get his name right. Nobu Uematsu considers this game his masterclass, like his best work that he has done in Final Fantasy. And he's done them all but 16. He didn't do 16 because he went and done Final Fantasy VII Remake.
It's a good choice.
And he, in an interview, considered, like, if I had stopped making video game music after 6, I would have been completely satisfied.
Huh.
How well that one turned.
Wow.
Basically, I'll leave it off with this. I don't know if it's how much time left, but I'll leave it with this. It perfected what the other Final Fantasy set before it, and every Final Fantasy after it is used it as a building block. It is the standard that they compared Final Fantasy to for near decades.
So that game put Final Fantasy on the map?
It put it more on the map.
More on the map.
It was already big.
It put it more on the map in a Western audience.
Okay. Nice. Okay. That's all you got?
Yep, that's it.
Huzzah. Alright, started.
Why is your game not 10?
Not 10.
I was afraid one of y'all was going to pick 10. I was like, crap.
Part of the reason I didn't
I
do a
kid.
Final Fantasy, I expected there'd be at least one more in the group.
I kid.
I've never played Final Fantasy game besides 7 a little bit, like the old 7.
If the characters were so good in Final Fantasy VI, how did Kefka win?
I didn't say they were strong. I said that they were good, written well characters.
Okay. Yeah, there's a distinction.
One nitpick, when you say like it added summons, you mean like specific summons or
Specific summons.
Yeah, because like summons in general started with Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
What did it do for the rest of the game? It did a lot for Final Fantasy, but what did it do for the rest of the game?
This did a lot for the RPG community, like that. Just giving an example of how to make it, build it, do story wise, that kind of thing forward. It did, in fact, when Square Enix started up making their HD 2D remakes, specifically Octopath Traveler, the people that created Octopath Traveler, when they were making, they have a specific engine they used to run to make their sprites for those games. And they went to Final Fantasy VI and said, this is the model we're using. Because the sprite work was done so well in that game.
That's interesting.
Which, I got not to take up question time, but there is my favorite little trivia fact is when Sony first came with the PlayStation and they were originally going to be an add-on for the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy VI was originally being developed for the Nintendo PlayStation. And it was originally going to be a 3D game.
There's a 3D demo.
Yeah, there's 3D demos out there.
Of tech demos of the game of Final Fantasy VI.
So when
That's cool.
But that's valuable.
when Nintendo decided not to go with the PlayStation, they told them, no, make it for Super Nintendo instead. And the amount of downgrading they had to do was why when it came time for Final Fantasy VII, Square Enix jumped to PlayStation. And there's some bits in Final Fantasy VI where you can tell this was meant to be fully 3D, but they did a very good job of having a 2D game replicate it.
Can it come out on the Super NES?
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Through its different ports, remakes, collections, it's the highest selling Final Fantasy from 6 down of that generation.
And that's the last one that come out on Nintendo?
Until
On modern time?
That's the last 18, 8-bit.
Yeah, it was the last main series to go on Nintendo first.
Yeah.
For sure.
They did some remasters of some of of like 1 through 6. They like remade them and put them on DS and stuff. So there has been Final Fantasies that come out of Nintendo afterwards, just not new ones.
Yeah. Gotcha.
There's been plenty of side games that come out to Nintendo.
Tactics.
Okay.
Yeah, not Explorers, which I was like one of the two people who played that.
Why'd you pick that one versus any other games you consider greatest?
Because that was the first one I played.
That was the first one you played?
Everybody's first Final Fantasy.
First
Had
Final
the
Fantasy I
biggest.
ever played.
Okay.
First RPG I ever played.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like I said, the only thing downside that I've got to that game is that it's not 10.
That's a lot of people. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I was 10 and 6 are the contenders for the best Final Fantasy.
The amount of characters or playable characters in there, does that hinder how memorable they are?
Not entirely, because this also was the first Final Fantasy that didn't focus on a main character. It focused on the ensemble as a whole. They all had their parts, but the story condensed all of them to be part of it.
To be honest, I couldn't name you a single character other than Terra, main character. But I've not played Final Fantasy VI, but
I know somebody suplexes a
Yeah.
train.
Can't say them.
How do you feel that like Final Fantasy VI was like more like action time battles, like the battle system instead of like the turn based? Did that have a like significant like I don't know the word
Most
for it.
of them he was using the
I think they introduced that in 4.
They introduced it in 4, but 6 took it and made it a lot better, flowed more easily. It also gave you the choice. You could either have the action time battles on, or you can just have traditional turn-based.
Action time battle was never
Yeah.
a good point. I'm not a big fan of the battle system. I feel like I've got to
Panic.
panic to do what I want to do instead of just being able to plan out what I'm trying to do.
One cool thing it did do for Final Fantasy, it introduced the ultimate weapon. That's where it came from. Or they call it Atma weapon, but it is the ultimate weapon.
That means dealing with like Pokemon ZA.
Had a bad argument yet.
Mm-mm.
Ready?
I'm ready. Everybody else ready?
Yep. Get out of the closet.
He's coming out.
All right. Well, I don't think mine's going to take as long either. Oh, I just go ahead and say it. Mine's The Legend of Zelda, the OG. But I'm kind of like you. Never played it. It's not in my top 10, and I don't plan on playing it. But a lot of things that happen there I like. Like I read somewhere that, Lord, I can't keep up with their names. But whoever came up with the idea for Zelda, they came up with the idea because he walked out in his backyard and started walking around the woods in the backyard, and he came up on a lake, and he was like, oh, that's wild. And then he came up on this, and he wanted to capture that in a video game, which is why it drops you in there and you just go and do whatever. And I think that's probably in the open world video game atmosphere we're at today. Not that it was the first open world game, but that set a real good formula for later on.
It's
Like-
the one on NES.
Yeah, the first one, the very
Set
first.
the bar.
It set the bar, and it kind of gave us the idea that we don't have to have a linear structure, level by level. You know, you can go find your levels, and piece it together yourself, kind of thing. But my biggest thing, my biggest happiness with that game is introducing a save point.
Mm.
Like, as an adult gamer, for that to have started there, that gets my number one pick every day just because of that. Because
Save points.
save points. I get to, and it was basic back
Was that
then.
literally the first game that happened?
That was the first one. It was the one that introduced it. But what else?
That's an accomplishment.
That was the biggest accomplishment.
It's important.
But that and the open world exploration and this childlike idea of I'm just going to walk around till I find something. And I think that that's become, we live in the open world sandbox video games right now. That's the big thing. So I feel like Zelda was the one that kind of really set us down the right course on that. If it had been a different game, would it have looked the same? Would we still be going after objectives you can see in the distance? Would we still be looking for things just to see what was out there? Getting items to go to different areas, saying, oh, I can't go over there. And then you get a hook shot. Oh, I can go over there now. So all of that kind of, I feel like that started with the OG, even though progressively over the series they made things better. I think that first one was important.
And they've stuck around.
Yeah. And that's all I've got to say about that. I didn't take no notes. I didn't do my homework. Sorry.
Okay. It's hard to argue against Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I win.
You think the lack of hand holding is a detriment to it being enjoyable?
Yes. That's why I don't want to play it now. Sorry. That's not the... It's an old-ass game. That
Half of this shit.
like, you go in there and you find the guy, it's dangerous to go alone, take this. What? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? That doesn't tell me dick, you know?
I don't know if I could go back and play it either.
No.
That's a game I've never actually finished. Like, I've owned it before, but I've never really... I think Ocarina of Time was out when I started playing Zelda games.
Yeah.
So, I tinkered a little bit when I had an NES, but as soon as I got a hand-me-down N64, I beat Ocarina like so many times. So.
I commend it with Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mine was Link to the Past, but
Which ones were the Super Nintendo?
Link to the Past.
That's the one.
That's what I started with.
My first one was the Phantom Hourglass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If I go back and play old Zelda games, I start with A Link to the Past.
So, I think this question's been asked on all of them, but why that one and not others? Like, why that one?
Man, it was a toss-up because Ocarina was honestly my first pick. Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, I glazed Breath of the Wild. It's special to me for many reasons, but Zelda I feel like that game, if we didn't have that game, we wouldn't have gaming the way we have it today. I feel like that, and you think of Mario and you think of Pong and Tetris, and then Zelda pops up, and it's just too iconic for me to go with a different one.
Now, granted, there are a lot of companies that try to make open world games, and they got no business making open world games.
For real.
It takes a specific kind of company to do that, because if you're good at making open world games, and there's things to do, and then you may try to make an open world game, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Starfield. Now, how Bethesda managed to do that?
Yeah. Or No Man's Sky when it first came out.
Yeah.
Not right now. It's wonderful now, but yeah, like I said, Ocarina was really, I almost did that one because that was the targeting system. That was the first one to come up with that in a 3D game. So,
and that targeting system in Ocarina of Time is basically what they built like Kingdom Hearts 1's targeting system off
really,
of.
I did not know that.
They took that and they were like, well, how can we make this better?
That makes so much sense now,
Yeah.
because
it automatically targets things when you're running around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're getting off of Legend of Zelda.
Who do you prefer, Navi or Donald?
Or Donald. Oh, Donald.
Donald Duck knows
Hey!
Donald
Donald Duck healed me, even though everybody complains about him not healing. He
You
always.
just have to have his settings right. There's like settings in the game, and you just And we get off Legend of Zelda.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so iconic.
Yeah.
You can go and kind of trace a lot of our roots. It's almost like the Abraham to the three branches of
Lincoln?
Abraham. No, I was thinking of Bible shit. But
Abraham fucking Lincoln.
So if we didn't have Zelda, we wouldn't have a lot of the games we have today. Is that what you're saying?
I think they would look different.
You think so?
Yeah, I think if we didn't have that formula, like I said, Zelda wasn't the first open world game. It was one of those that we kind of peaked there and kind of stayed with that idea.
I don't know that open world games were called open world games then, was it?
Well, there was an Atari open world game called, was it Adventure? Well, it's technically open world, but you was basically just a pixel on the screen. And
Yeah.
Well, Elder Scrolls too, because they used to be. They're still like the first 2 or 3 are still like the biggest open world maps in gaming.
I believe
But it's one of those situations where there's nothing in the to do.
And you don't know
It's
where
like
to
an empty
go.
world, yeah.
Yeah.
And they went back and looked at it and said, "Hey, Zelda, people recognize towns and buildings. Let's go back and do that." So it's kind of, I don't know. It seems like really pinpointed us in direction.
I've seen a map of which one was it? It was like it was the one before Morrowind.
I think that's 3.
Daggerfall, but it's like the map of Daggerfall. Then you take the map of Skyrim, and it's like here's Skyrim, and then like here's Daggerfall. But there's nothing to do in this world.
Just point and click and walk.
Yeah, you're gonna walk for fucking 2 hours to get to wherever you're trying to go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Good time.
All right, that's been everybody's presentation of their greatest games of all time, or what they think the greatest game of all time is, and talked about it, debated it. It hasn't come to violence yet, but now we're going to go through our voting part.
The night's still young.
We should get a piece of paper and maybe just write 1, 2, and 3. You think?
Probably.
You're going to split the video at this point?
Yeah, we'll split the video and we'll be like.
I don't know.
This is a hard choice.
Yeah. I keep hearing Final Fantasy VI. I need to play through that one because it's Final Fantasy VI.
Have you played that one?
No,
Do we own that one?
technically. Yeah, we got it on. Legend of Zelda 1.
Shoot. Castlevania. I didn't even heard of Halo Combat Evolved.
Halo, the very first one.
The Combat Evolved one? No.
That's the first one. That's just the name of it. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
RDR. So you can't vote for yourself.
Don't vote for myself.
Okay. So I see you still wanted Bioshock. You're following your
All right, 3 points. I have to go to.
Are you folding your numbers?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure. I'll tell everybody that too.
For what?
To fold their numbers.
No,
So
I'm just
they
not going in there and glancing.
can't- There's only
Red Dead.
Oh. It's a hard choice.
Yeah. Never played Legend of Zelda. It's iconic. I have to go. Castlevania. It did. It's. Halo was revolutionized first person.
These are all iconic for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
At least one.
Don't hit the table. It don't.
So I'm trying to. There's a movie.
Dang it.
Make sure you keep track of what your numbers are. What number you're on. Anyway.
Okay. Well, Final Fantasy VI is one of the greatest RPGs of all time, so I'm told. Castlevania, I don't know of any of that one, so I can't speak to it. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the. It's got a lot to it. And last one goes to shoot. God. I should have changed the points. Legend of Zelda. Godspeed, guys. Fantastic picks.
This is going to be a hard decision because
Dude, I was in here, like, trying to figure out what to put it in. Like, the entire time.
there's a lot of these games that I have not played.
That's what Dad said, too. There's a couple of them he did not play, but he knew it was iconic.
Yeah. I'm going to do 3 points into Final Fantasy.
You don't have to tell me. You know that, right?
I'm just explaining.
Okay.
I'm explaining what I'm doing as I do it. You know what I'm saying?
I get
I'm
it.
not
I get
telling
it.
necessarily you. I'm just.
You're just telling everybody.
I'm going to do 3 points into Final Fantasy.
Makes sense.
Not played Final Fantasy 6, but I think it's one. It's in. It's. I mean, 2 of its games are in my top. Like, one of them is in my top 10. One of them is like right outside my top 10.
Which one are they?
10 is in my top probably 5 games of all time. But I put 3 points into Final Fantasy. Let's see here. I'll do. I'll do two into Legend of Zelda. I think Legend of Zelda is while it's one of the games I've not played. I think this series as a whole is like very important for gaming. And I'll do one in Red Dead Redemption 2.
It was a hard choice.
It's a very hard choice. I can't pick my own game.
Yeah.
So I'd put all three of them in there if I could.
Just give it a straight
All
6
right.
points.
I think that's
Yeah, I'm like to explain a little bit. It's not good content otherwise.
Just talk it out. You know.
Because I know two of the ones I want to put points into. I just don't know the order. Because I got my biases. I'm an RPG guy. If Bombay 6 is one of the all-timers, it's an important part of RPG history.
True.
And as Legend of Zelda is also an important part of video games in general. So I do want to make sure those get points. But in fact, I'm moving to bold. I left Final Fantasy 6/3 in the original because they skipped some games. But the original American release is so 3 points to Final Fantasy 3, but really 6.
That's true.
So between the three remaining, not counting my own game, of course. I mean, sorry, Dylan, I'm not a shooter guy, so I can't really say anything to Halo. Halo means nothing to me. The only thing Halo means to me is like, oh, I got friends that like that. That's important to my friends. I like it for that reason.
I'm gonna say the last 3 games, or last two games, not counting your own, right?
Yeah, they're also shooter games.
Also
they're
shooters.
They're more. That's more like a pure like this is what leads into Call of Duty.
While like RDR and Bioshock is more story than shooting.
But I'll let Zelda have the 2 because it is Zelda. So a singular point left for either Red Dead or Bioshock, and they're neither game or their game I played, but I know they're good games that have impact.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, I'm going to Bioshock because they did do some innovative stuff. That was a hard decision. Sorry. You said my drink on the way out. I'm a thirsty bitch.
Like the last 3 and give me your talk me through it. Just for content, you know.
Yeah.
I'm interested also.
Talk through it. And the only ones I played are
RDR.
Halo.
Boss, right?
I mean, I played RDR. That's my game.
Oh, I forgot that.
We can't vote for them yet. I played a lot of Bioshock. I played a lot of Halo. Well, I played at least the first 3 Halos. And I played Legend of Zelda. And I played Castlevania. I haven't played Final Fantasies. I had some compelling arguments, though. Really did.
Everybody did good in that part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Debating between Legend of Zelda, Halo, and Bioshock. Some of the greats. Oh man. I'm gonna have to give Bioshock 1.
Nice.
Which one?
So what are you stuck to for
Legendary.
last games? What are you stuck between?
Man, I'm stuck between Legend of Zelda and Halo. I've never played Castlevania. You know. Charles had a good presentation though. Really good presentation. The first Castlevania on PlayStation. The last Final Fantasy on Nintendo, sort of.
First Zelda?
Yeah, see, the first Zelda.
The first
My
Bioshock? You already gave points to that, folks. That's it.
I don't know how many
That's what I
Bioshocks
included.
should have been.
I don't want to count in the corner because I didn't include it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do. I gotta give something Legend of Zelda though. Like, how could I not, huh?
Don't look at me. I will say everybody's had trouble picking games.
I'm good with Bioshock. I've already voted,
Yeah.
but
Because a lot of them are already iconic enough.
they're all iconic.
Because they've all done something that contributed to the rest of the games.
Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed more of what Legend of Zelda has contributed to gaming myself,
That is correct.
but. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Hola, Senor Brian.
So, did they tell what point went into what, or did they just...
They told me what points and they told me their reasons why.
Okay. Let me find my... I'm going to put my three-pointer into the one that I've not necessarily played the most, but I agree the story is really, really good for me. That's Bioshock. My two-pointer, I will say, another one, same reason. I really liked it. Halo. And my pointer, I can't not give it something because it also is the three I've played the most in this deck. I'm thinking that's Red Dead Redemption.
That was really easy for you.
As I had it picked out as soon as we walked out.
Oh, you already did?
I
You
knew
already had it
exactly
picked?
what I was picked. I knew exactly what I was doing.
At least you already knew. You have it picked out or what?
I already have mine picked out, yeah.
Like
Let's see.
Brian.
I am going to go with. I'm with Brian. I think Final Fantasy was one of those really innovative games. And then I'm also with Charles. I think Castlevania. I think that's, coming from a Zelda place. That's very much kind of my style. So
It wasn't innovative for the, what do you call it? The Metroidvania?
Metroidvania. Yeah, and Metroid, it says it right in the name there. So I would give that the number one, but Final Fantasy, for some reason, that is. And I'm kind of tossed up between BioShock and RDR, but I think I'm going to go with BioShock because I think Philip was right. I think that was one of the first ones, that environmental things.
That's like the only one in here I played.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you got some good ones.
I want to play RDR, but I know the story's long, and it takes me a while to play.
Play the
Go through
first
stories.
The first one's a lot faster, and it's got a great storyline, too.
Results are in, guys.
Hey, everybody did fantastic work.
Yes.
Some of y'all, I didn't know you had votes picked out already. Brian came in here.
Come on
Brian
now.
came in here
Yeah,
with
he
the
was
most confident
quick.
votes.
Sorry.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
How about
Brian
I just...
got picked out.
I don't know how to do this. I'm fat.
I did a voice acting performance for mine. Me and Philip did.
That was nice. That was
You
nice.
have to look.
That influenced my vote.
You know how many times I've beaten that fucking game?
Starting at last place.
Starting in last place. I didn't expect it, but Castlevania.
Really?
Last.
Yeah.
How many votes?
2 votes.
2 votes.
First.
Points?
Like 2
Wow,
points.
what?
2 points.
Okay.
That's
You were almost banned for a year.
I was worried, like, are we doing the banning thing?
The game, yeah. Not Charles.
No, we banned him.
You have a lot less art around here if I was not.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You uncultured twat.
I think you're the only one that's played Castlevania.
Yeah, I'll play Castlevania.
Everybody
Oh,
here talked about
that's
it
the
at
one
least
who
once.
voted
Like,
for
during
Yeah.
the voting session, y'all all talked about it at least once. Like, yeah. I talked to Adam about it a little bit.
Alright.
All right, 5th place, coming in second to last, RDR2, Dead Redemption 2. 3 points.
3 points.
I didn't expect it to come fifth, but no. All right. Fourth, Halo Combat Evolved.
Okay.
Okay.
How many points?
4. 4 points.
You're spread out pretty good.
Third, Bioshock.
Oh.
Damn.
6 points. There's a big jump between third and fourth. Only 2 points.
Yeah, I figured these two be the two.
Alright, so
All right. Your 2 induction into the Time to Game GOATs. Greatest of all times.
first and second place.
First and second place. Name still pending.
Go on.
Legend of Zelda in second place, 10 points, and Final Fantasy VI in first place with 11 points.
Oh, cow.
That was
one
a
vote
tight
counted,
race.
huh?
Where did Bioshock?
That was third.
Oh, it was third.
It was third.
Yeah.
So is that the one that's banned?
Hmm?
No.
No, there's no-
If
no.
one got 0.
You've only got
nothing
zero.
else.
If I got 0,
No,
okay.
So
Wow.
So our first 2 accepted games into our greatest of all time, or TTG, is
six, and,
Final Fantasy
VI,
VI
Legend of
and
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. Okay.
which
That's-
makes sense. Those are two very
Yeah.
You
foundational
need to make a
games.
Hall of Fame for games, and you're making your induction class. It's
Nice.
really hard not to put them in.
Yeah.
Boom.
So, what's the time limit before you argue a game again?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't talked about for.
we should
Doing
do
this
this
again?
Yeah, like different category or
Oh, a different
Like
category.
further down the line, we'll be
Further down the
you know,
line.
want to bring it back, you know.
of like the greatest of all time still, or
Yeah, I'd say we can.
Do another one. Just don't
There
use
are-
these again.
I was looking on Metacritic earlier, and before there are almost 300 games that are ranked 90 and higher.
okay.
Okay.
So we have a long way to go before we run out of.
Yeah.
That's Metacritic.
Contenders.
Our games might be like a 70 or some shit.
Do y'all want
Yeah.
to do it like once a month or twice a year?
I was thinking. I was just floating in my head quarterly.
Hey, that'd be good. We could
Yeah.
do it again. What would be the next quarter?
April. April.
March.
April, yeah.
Beginning of April.
Well, yeah, because we'd have to go through the first 3.
Yeah.
So maybe the first Friday of April we
So
do
we
this
have
again.
a new batch of 6 games that we think are the greatest games of all time for whatever reason.
And
We think-
granted,
Okay, I like
most Fridays I'm not going to be here.
Okay.
Do you want to set it to where
We can't bring something back to back.
not back to back? That you
Yeah.
could skip one and do it again, but not do it back to back.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I can't bring RDR back next time, but
The time after.
the third quarter,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay.
Because all the games that didn't make it are also worthy of considering. Still,
No,
you know.
we wouldn't have brought them to the table
Yeah.
if we didn't think they
What
Could
about
be.
genres? What if we just did specific genres?
genres.
That would be a different list then. We could do that on
Yeah.
a different day. Maybe do that like
Yeah.
the next.
Separate from the main quarterly videos, you know.
Talking about like RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll pick an RPG.
RPG or shooter or action game.
The one Dad came with
Puzzle.
feudal Japan.
Yeah,
Best
what's
version
the
of
best
Tetris.
representation of feudal Japan?
Which
Which
version
version of Tetris is the best?
Do Tetris 99 slaps.
Which fantasy world do we want to see? I want to see Egypt.
Like speculative or
Yeah.
Yeah.
what?
speculative.
Something new. No.
Fantasy or
That'd be
real.
good too.
That's all we have for the day.
Yeah.
Right? That was a pretty good session.
Yeah, that
it was
was
really
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Really fun. I enjoyed
Not
it.
bad for our first time.
Yeah.
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 No.
Can't get A. Time to game catchphrase.
Yeah. Hope everybody enjoyed.
Thank you so much for watching our introduction to Time to Game's greatest games of all time. Our 2 winners, to say it again, are
Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy VI.
good jobs.
Woo.
I believe some followers would really appreciate those 2 picks.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time, I'm going to tell y'all keep on gaming. Anybody else?
Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.
Yeah. Like
Oh
and
my God,
subscribe.
yeah. Hey, so many of our viewers are not subscribed. Oh.